that'll help you? Okay, excellent, excellent. Here's a suggestion then. Would she book for you if you said, hey, there may be an opportunity for me here? Can you check into it? Would she do that for you?
She would. She would. And she
Okay.
appreciates when I send her different things, like that short list I created for the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I can send her the press release. I can send her that, and she will be the one to make the contact, which helps me out tremendously.
Okay. What did you tell her about what we discussed about holiday stuff?
Yes, I briefly mentioned it to her, but I said I would, once I got finished, I would fill her in on everything.
Okay. Okay. I think you have a certain niche, but it's very broad. So what I
Hmm.
wanted to do was just narrow it in and say, listen, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I know the holidays can be exhausting for you, but here are some tips that can just help you stay in line. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, my book is called blah blah blah, and we deal with blah blah blah.
Yeah. 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 And I updated that. I don't know if you read the press release where you said to go in and insert the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just doing some research. I see that it's popular, women and holiday stress.
Yes, yes. That's a topic that you can pick up and run with, and it's so easy. The only thing is you need to be the first one to do it because a lot
Gotcha.
of people are going to be doing it. You just need to strike while the iron is hot.
Okay. And you asked me in the email yesterday, what contacts have I made?
Mm-hmm.
I did call and research those people to find out who the contact people are. But one that I was really excited about was Toya Beasley, and she lives in New York. She has a radio station in New York called Inspire You with Toya Beasley, and it comes on Sundays. It's like a gospel radio show, and they did interview me at one time. But she interviews a lot of people like in the gospel industry, like Kirk Franklin, all
Mm-hmm.
those big time people. And so I sent her an inbox on Facebook last week, and just to reconnect and say, hey, Toya, I'm going to be reaching out to you. And she was like, she said, I've been watching you. I can't wait to hear what you've got going on. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like she's a great connection.
Very, very good.
Hmm.
Very good. I definitely reach out to her, say, listen, I've got a book coming out and some things I'm doing now to just kind of get some publicity around the holidays. Is
Hmm.
I've come up with 5 things to help women kind of get through this stressful time of year. And I want to tie it in with my book. I
Yeah.
know we want to make sure that everything is right, but I want to show them how to connect when they feel disconnected during the holidays.
Yeah.
That is going to get her. I have 5 tips. 5 tips. It's just 5. You can
Mhm.
talk about your book, but then you throw out those. She's going to say, "Hey, I understand you got some tips, because girl, I am stressed like every other parent." You can talk about that with another parent, with another woman.
Mhm.
Period. And
Mhm.
so that's something you guys can dialogue about. And then she's going to say, well, hey, what are those 5 tips? Go ahead. And then you run down that. Well, Tasha, you're also working on a book. Then you go into your book. But till you've hooked them,
Mhm.
you've got those 5 things that when people listen to the show, they're not only going to connect you with the book, but they're going to remember something, and they're going to walk away with something that you gave them that can help them.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. And when you write your press release, I really want you to focus on um, with the holidays coming up. And this is just something simple. We really have to flesh it out. With the holidays coming up, women can be just what I sent you. Can be stressed, pulled in so many directions at home and at work. But there are some things that you can do to connect when you feel disconnected. Kind of make that your kind of theme there.
Yeah.
And then you know, Tasha Scott has been working on. Tasha Scott is an author, motivational speaker, and what am I leaving out? I want you to have 3 things.
Coach.
And yes, life coach, life coach. That's it, life coach. And she's helped dozens of women who feel disenfranchised.
Yeah.
She's come up
Yeah.
with that kind of thing. State the problem, come back, talk about the solution, then talk about your book. Then at the end, if you want to write, she lives and at the end, make it, very simple. She lives in Montgomery, Alabama with her family, where she works with women through your group. Hyperlink that. So if people feel like they need to connect on that, that's something else she can hit and say, okay, if you want to join her group, da 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 da. There are just so many elements.
Yeah.
But if you start with those 5 tips, something that people can tangibly hear and walk away and say, okay, this is something that I can work with.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's free. It's free publicity. And then the rest is up to you. You just work it. Work it. So I would suggest doing a separate press release, make it 1 page.
Okay.
1 page. Make it as fun and as interactive as possible. So when you send it to her, Tasha, not Tasha, what was her name? Toya. Is it Toya?
Mm-hmm.
Toya Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of her show?
It's called She Speaks, and the tagline is "Inspire You with Toya Beasley."
She Speaks.
And the call letters, let me see. Computer's going slow. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have it written down.
Okay.
It's Radio 103.9 New York.
So NYC.
And Inspire You is inspire and the letter U.
Okay. Good.
Easily.
TOYA.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Let's see. And it airs on Saturday, you said?
On Sunday, actually.
Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning?
Sunday morning, like right before people go to church. When they did the interview with me, it literally was like a 5-minute pre-recorded interview where I had to just share my story, because it's part of women just sharing their story.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a 5-minute where I had to call in and share the story, and then it was pre-recorded, and then they put it on the air like within the hour.
Okay. So it's a 5-minute interview. That's very good. You can do a lot with 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a lifetime.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. You need to go ahead and get booked on her show.
Okay. And that was the other question that I had was, I know we talked about the time frame. Like, is now the time I need to be reaching out to these people for the holidays?
Let's see. Let me look at my calendar. It's not a bad time to start sending stuff out. The thing about November is that it's a ratings period for television and radio too. And we are so busy trying to get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's just kind of tricky. Next week, let's say on a Tuesday, let's say next week, next Monday,
Mm-hmm.
let's start sending some stuff out.
Okay.
How many media contacts have you made?
The ones
that you want to appear on? What ones that you want to appear on? How many people have you reached out to?
The actual contacts themselves have been just Kimberly Brown here in Montgomery, which Kimberly is on 1, 2, 3. I see her name attached to 3 different ones here in Montgomery.
Now, are we talking about, do they have shows? Have you identified the shows, or are you just identifying the stations? Because you got to know where you want to go.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then hers are just the stations. The shows, I have not reached out to these shows yet because I was going to wait till we had this conversation. But notice that Kim Hendricks has a show on WLBF called Shine.
Oh, yeah.
And then I saw Bob.
Perfect for that.
Yeah, and then Bob Crittenden had The Meeting House.
Okay.
On the same station, WLBF.
So, Kim and Bob are on the same station.
Different shows, but same station.
Okay.
and then of course Toya's, and then you mentioned Viewpoints with Tanya Terry.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to reach out to that one.
Okay.
And then I found a couple in Birmingham that were talk shows.
Mm-hmm.
WDJC had there's two shows on that station. One is called Roxanne and Chris, and it's a morning inspirational show where they have call-in interviews, and it runs from 5 to 9 in the mornings.
Okay.
And then in the afternoon, there's a show called The Way Home with Stephanie.
Okay. I'm not familiar with those. I don't see any TV.
I thought I was just focusing on radio.
No, you can do TV too. You should be able to do some TV stuff. I think radio is probably going to be your strong suit,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you can do some TV too. I think.
Oh, then I need to do some more research.
Yeah, it's a lot, but once you get that contact list down, it'll be so much easier.
Yeah.
It'll be so much easier. But you've identified Kim Hendricks. I'm familiar with her show, and I think you'd be perfect for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'd be perfect for that. And most of these you kind of do over the phone, or it's Kim's is radio too.
Yeah.
Because I want to see you in the studio. I want to get you in the studio so you can get someone to go with you, take some pictures and all of that stuff.
Okay. My mind wasn't even thinking TV. I was so focused on radio shows, but I definitely can make that, do the research for that too.
Yeah. I would go ahead and start reaching out. You've got quite a few people that you've identified.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely go ahead and start reaching out to the people in this area.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got quite a bit out of all these that you've mentioned. I think you should be able to do a lot of media during the holidays.
Yeah. Okay. And then there was another one. It's a new show in Birmingham. It's WXJC 92.5, and it's a new show called Dancing in the Rain with Bethany Meadows. And she specializes on sharing women's stories.
Okay. Oh, great. And the way I would approach it would be, I'd call them first.
Okay.
I'd definitely reach out to them and say something like, I've listened to your show and I love what you're doing, and I would love to share my story as well. And they're going to say, great, what's your story? And then you go on to tell them your story. And then say, and I've also, during the holidays, I like to share some information with women who often get disconnected during the holidays. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, I've got 5 tips that, that I'd like to share with them to kind of help them stay connected. For the holidays, this is what I'm working on, something like that.
Gotcha.
And they'll say, oh, okay, well, that sounds good. Yeah, and I don't think you'll have a problem getting booked on these shows. But I think the thing is to go ahead and make contact now.
Okay.
So next Tuesday, are you going to join the boot camp? Is that something you're interested in?
I'm interested, but I won't be able to do it right now.
Okay. All right.
Because I was looking at what you wrote for, and I do need it, but I won't be able to do it right now.
I understand. And I've already told you really what to write and just how to formulate it. You want to be able to set up the problem, tell them who you are, tell them your solution, then tell them a little bit more about you at the end.
Now, I sent you in the inbox this morning the press release.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to look at that.
Okay. I just sent it right before I hopped on this.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yes, I can. Oh, hold on, because it's on another computer. One second.
Okay.
Okay, I can pull it up here. Oh, 1 second. It didn't save on this drive. 1 second. Okay, there we go.
Ooh, girl.
Hold up.
Little.
I know. Let me see if I can.
Okay, Dad.
I'm on my Mac computer, so it doesn't. Let me see if I can.
Okay, take it up to about maybe 18. Is it 18 on there? Yeah, that's better.
Let me move you down. Okay, can you see it all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't even say according to. I take that out. The holiday, we all know it can. I mean, if you want to attribute them, that's fine. But the first thing I want to see is the holiday season can be frantic and stressful, especially for women. Yeah. Mhm. National surveys say, yeah, okay. Okay. Yes, yes, that's good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. But the first thing you got to do, you have a logo that you're putting on there as well?
I do. I do. This is in a notepad, but on the thing I
Okay.
have the header. The header has the logo.
Okay. Very good. Um, but the first thing I want you to do is make contact with them.
Okay.
Let them know that your press release is coming.
Okay.
And once you send them the press release, I'd wait about a week. Or you can just, as soon as you send it, hey, just sent you the press release, can't wait to talk to you.
Okay. Okay.
You want to
So
do that right after.
okay, so call on Monday, send the press release on Monday, then wait a week and follow up.
Call first. You
Oh,
want to
call.
call first. We gotta make that one-on-one call because you need to know who to send it to.
Gotcha.
See, you've
Gotcha.
already let's use Toya as an example. You've already talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
We'd say, listen, this is what I've done, and I'd like to send you a press release. She's going to say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, send it to. She's going to tell you where to send it.
Yeah.
Once you send it, then you write her a little note. Hey, here's the information I promised. Good to talk to you. Can't wait till, to get to talk to you on the show or something like that. Just reconnect with her. Hey, it was good talking to you again. I thought the show we did last time was excellent. Build up her and her show. Let her
Okay.
know how her show helped you in some way. Talk
Gotcha.
about her. It's all about her. So she
Mm-hmm.
feels like, oh, she likes the show. The show helped her in some way. You sold more books or you made more connections, whatever you did, and say, I look forward to, talking to you again.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, you'll do all of that.
Okay.
Call first.
Gotcha.
You
And
want
I
to
feel
call her
like
this week.
call her this week, you said?
Whenever whenever you feel like it's a good time for you to call. You've already talked to her on Facebook.
I did.
Okay. The last thing you should have said was, hey, I'm going to be sending you a press release soon. And then you send the press release. If you want to wait a day, you can do that. I like to send my stuff right then while it's fresh on her mind, fresh on my mind.
Okay.
And then once you send that press release, then you're going to wait maybe a week. Hey, have you had a chance to look at your schedule? Kind of see what she says back.
Okay.
You have to really listen to what they're saying. You have to almost anticipate their mood.
Gotcha.
Did she really want to connect with you? Was she just being nice?
Hmm.
Or did you feel like you guys had a really good connection, but she said she's been watching you?
Yeah, she
And
did.
that's a good thing because you can always say, I enjoyed being on your show. So many things have happened since the last time we talked. I'm writing a book, I'm doing this, da 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 da. Here's the information I promised. I can't wait till we can reconnect and talk again. So
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
And I feel
her.
like she's a good one because we met in person
Mhm.
last year. I went to a conference that I spoke at, and she was there. So that was an extra special connection as well. Because
Yeah, so you have something to talk to her about. You've made that connection. This isn't someone that you are connecting with for the first time. So this should be an easy land for you.
yeah,
Very easy.
okay.
So once you send that press release, wait about a week. Say,
Hmm.
hey, I hope all is well. Looking at my calendar, I can. My schedule is flexible. I can appear on the show anytime you need me during the holidays. I'm really excited to talk to you.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Something like that. And then, she'll hit you back and say, hey, I'm looking at my schedule. Can you come on blah blah blah?
Hmm. Okay,
And then you lock it in. Lock it in and you're ready to go. You move on to the next. You handle everyone just like that.
okay,
Reach out to those people where you've already appeared and try to make new connections as well.
okay.
Think you've got a lot of people here. I believe you should be able to make at least 3 to 4 appearances before Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Easily, easily. But I also want you to be able to take advantage of it by somehow, we need to somehow get pictures, sound bites. We need to be able to get out some snippets of you saying, um, Toya doing her intro. Hey, this is Toya Speaks, da 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 da. On the phone with me is Tasha Scott. She's da 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 da. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm fine. Cut that little bit, and then you're going to take it to um, Bethany Meadows. Hey, this is Bethany Meadows with da 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 da. On the
Hmm.
phone with me is Tasha Scott. She's done da 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 da. Hey, how's it going? It's going great. Take that little snippet. And
Okay,
then take another snippet of someone really getting into the meat of your interview.
okay.
It's if you want to do it with the book, if you get to the book and there's a good sound bite in there, and they say something about, I had a chance to read your book. This is awesome stuff. You take that snippet out and you use that for your
Okay.
reel. And
Okay.
you make it, you edit all of that stuff together, and then you have Kim Hendricks saying, this is an eye opener. Thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you so very. And then they're thanking you, and then you've got that proof that what you're doing is working and helping people.
Gotcha.
Every time I do an interview, if I were you, I would start taking little snippets, those important parts, and just saving them somewhere. So when you get ready to make a reel, you'll have all of this stuff. And if you have to put up a picture of Toya Beasley and just her and you and your voice underneath it, that'll be
Okay.
fine because as a viewer, I'll see her picture and I'll be able to identify with her if I'm familiar with her show. But
Hmm.
underneath that, I'll have your voice,
Gotcha.
you
Gotcha.
know?
That makes
Um, yeah, and make that into like, I would get about maybe 2 minutes of your best parts of those interviews, all of them, and just kind of edit it together
okay.
and put some music under that. And then you've got pictures of Toya. You've got I don't know if it'd be great if you could go to the studio and talk to Kim. I don't know how that works, but if you ever talk to anyone, you
Hmm.
make sure you take someone with you so that you can get pictures.
Okay.
You can take selfies. That's great because I love the kind of casual pictures. I take some casual pictures, some fun pictures, but
Mhm.
I'd also get somebody to get me with the headset on, the microphone, and all of
Gotcha.
that stuff. So every time that you do an interview, you will be able to say, it'll be a static picture, but it'll say, hey, this is Kim Hendricks. I'm here with Tasha Scott, and today's topic is blah, blah, blah. And they see the picture of you and Kim.
Gotcha.
You see how that works?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And in the beginning, you come up with like an open, and then you have a close, and you have got the perfect thing to put on your website. So when people go to your website and they see, oh, this girl's all over the place, listen to the information that she's giving.
Gotcha. Okay.
People are sounding excited about what she's sharing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But go ahead and start and get that press release written and make the print a little bit bigger for us old folks. Make the print a little bit bigger. And archive every interview that you do. So when you get ready to change it up, have all those interviews together and say, okay, I'm tired of listening to this. But you still appeared on the show. I know it was 2 years ago, but you still appeared on the show, and you still talk to Tanya. You still talk to Kim or Bob or whomever.
Yeah.
But, that is a great way to showcase what you've done.
And about the TV shows, like I know there's the Tanya Terry Noon Talk. I know, I think it's WAKA has a morning show. Of any other ones that off the top of your head?
Those are the only two in this area. And have you been on Mr. Varner's show?
Yes, I used to co-host with him.
Okay. Well, it's time for you to give him a call.
Okay.
So you can go back and talk about your book.
Okay.
When was the last time you were on his show?
Goodness. It was last year.
Okay. It's been at least a year.
I'm going to share my screen again.
Okay.
My website, because I've got a couple of pictures. Can you still see my site? Okay. I did this last night because I knew that we were going to be talking, but I changed my thing to news. And I put here, coming up, there it is, the embed code from some of these interviews and articles. And that was the one from Chamber. But Cedric, I have some pictures. There we go. That was my Don't Limit Me book.
Okay.
And then this was when I helped him co-host. It's a couple of pictures.
Are you showing me anything?
Do you see?
I don't see anything. Only thing I see is the press release.
Okay, let me stop and share again. Okay, how's that?
Okay, great.
Okay.
So, very good. Very good. Scroll up for me. Yeah. That's good. What I want you to do, though, is get those action shots.
Okay.
So you talking? Yeah, she speaks. Oh, that's good.
Get the action shots of me actually in the speaking itself.
Because they're setting up, if you've got somebody, putting on your microphone. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah. See, this is good stuff right here.
These are podcast interviews. This is the one from the Chamber.
So you take something from the chamber interview, take just a little snippet of it when you get ready to do kind of like your real stuff. I would only take no more than 20 seconds. So you gotta.
Okay.
20 seconds is 20 to 30 seconds, but 20, if you can keep it between 15 really and 20 seconds, just something that's strong, something that they say, hey, I got Tasha Scott here. She's a blah, blah, blah. She does this, she does that. And she's here to share 5 tips with us to do XYZ. And, then you say a couple of words. Hey, I'm happy to be here. But then you'll get down to the nitty gritty when you start carving out, the first tip is we have got to start thinking about ourselves. That's good. That's hard. And okay, yeah, she's absolutely right. I got to start thinking about myself or, something like that. But that stuff is good. But I want you to get pictures like if they're putting, pinning your microphone on, you guys just kind of chit-chatting before the show. and it all looks, you know, it's going to be a picture, so it'll look like the show's actually happening, because you don't want to be clicking shots while the show's going.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't want
Okay.
it to be a disturbance. But in the beginning, you know, you guys are just kind of chit chatting, because I'm sure y'all talk about what's in, you know, what you're going to talk about, that kind of thing. But if you've got somebody there, you know, putting on makeup, helping you put on your makeup, anything that kind of shows the behind the scenes,
Okay.
and then you use that before your interview. If your interview with Cedric is going to air on a Thursday, you know, that Wednesday and that Thursday afternoon, I want you to be posting stuff. Hey, I'm going to be talking to Cedric. Here's a behind the scenes look at what happened. Big things are happening. My book is coming out. You've got your pictures there. You've got your interview with him. And, you know, it just kind of builds excitement.
Okay. Okay.
It's publicity for him, but it's also publicity for you. You know, they say, okay, oh, look, Tasha's doing this. In every interview you go on, especially TV, if you're speaking, I want you to get someone to get some really good behind the scenes shots.
Okay.
Because that's what you're going to use to kind of promote yourself leading up to the event.
Okay. Okay.
Book signings, you know?
Yeah.
No, the static shots are fine, the staged shots are fine, but I want you to get to someone signing the book. You know, your head's down, you're looking down, signing the book, you're handing the book to someone. Someone gives you, I just want to give you a hug. That's the shot you want. You know, you can't even get up out of your seat because they want to give you a hug. You know, you make sure they get that shot. And so that builds excitement about what you're doing. Those posing shots are okay. It shows that you did the interview, but you want to get that stuff that says you are connecting with people.
Okay. Okay. Got it. This is good stuff. Okay. Okay. I feel like I know what my homework is.
Yeah. Yeah. And just because this is our one-on-one session, just kind of DM me, because like I said, this is a beta course for me. And so I do want to keep in contact with you guys to make sure that you get some publicity. But all of these things should work. All of these things should work. And I want to tell you a funny story. Do you have any other questions first?
I think you gave me everything that I needed to go.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording. Let's see. Pause.